Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Shop from the guys about games. Back with some more Diablo 2 hardcore barbarian guy, my guy. Let me turn that down a little. It's been like, what, it's actually almost, not quite a month, but like something like 3 weeks since I last recorded. I recorded the first 4 acts basically back to back every day. And then I just like didn't do this for like 3 weeks. It's a little embarrassing actually, because mainly because I got back into modding this game, so I've just been doing that kind of a lot for the last couple weeks. Ain't that just how it is though, huh? That's like freaking. I have like 3 big projects I just continuously go back and forth on, and like who knows if they'll ever get finished, but it's fun to work on. Anyways, I forgot about this. I grinded a little. Not too much, I just got a level, basically. Can hear some dudes getting murdered over there. I'll just pop a point in there. I just want to do this on screen. Let's see. Bunch of small things basically. What's my how much of a boost do I get to this? Like 3%. Does go up to 10 more seconds. So you know what? We'll put some points in the battle orders. Anyways, this dude's just getting murdered over here. Hell yeah. I mean, I haven't played for the remaster in forever. I'm playing OG. Because it's way easier to mod that version. Anyways, I kind of... Bloody Foothills, because it's just like you always know where to go, I kind of tend to run by this area. Because it's like, I know I just have to go head over here. You know, just keep going. But, you know, and these Death Maulers. Death Maulers are legitimately one of those enemies I never really thought of as scary until recently. So I started really playing this game again. Although not recently. More like, I don't know. I don't know when, but at some point I realized, like, oh, these guys actually hurt because their ranged attack has, like, the same thing going for it as, whatchamacallit. Whoops. As, Fissure, the Druid's Fissure, where, like, if you get bunged up and, like, hit by the death dudes, the maulers or whatever they're called, their range attack will kind of combo you, and they'll start doing a lot more damage. You have to be kind of careful about that. These gremlins. These gremlins are a fun enemy. If you actually look into it, they're like one of the more in-depth enemies in this game, because they have basically most monsters have one set of parameters that basically dictate their AI and how they work. The imps actually have 2 separate sets of parameters because they have so many things they can do, right? Because they have multiple spells, they have their teleport, they walk around and shit. It's like the imps are the imps can do a lot of shit. They're pretty cool like that, right? They can teleport on, we'll see they can teleport on top of the big siege dudes. They're not a very threatening enemy for the most part, unless they're spraying an inferno at you, but they're a very cool enemy. I'll put that there. Not that it really matters if I die, that's it, but you know. I'm actually I'm definitely I'm very underleveled actually. Usually you want to be at least level 30 for this. It really starts to affect my chance to hit. You can see only 67 is not the best. But you can kind of just tenacious your way through. I don't know how to put it, because normal is pretty easy for the most part. So even though I'm kind of underleveled, it's not too threatening. Helps to have these extra Barb dudes just kind of hang out. These extra Barb dudes, they're pretty rudimentary, but it's still really cool that they went to the effort to have some friendly dudes hang out in Act 5. It's nice. They're pretty good distractions, if nothing else. Their damage is pretty low outside of normal. But, at least they're there. You can also see I replaced my potion belt. I finally put some full rejuves in there, because, like, might as well use them, right? Like, look how good of a distraction is. He's literally just holding up this entire line. And since I have big-ass javelins, I can just stab him behind him. Yeah. Stabby, stabby. Because on normal difficulty, at least, like, monsters just can't do enough damage to the friendly barbs to really matter. Like, they'll probably just regen most of it away. I figure what their natural regen would be. It's probably, like, the standard 2 that most monsters have, which I forget exactly. I think that's, like, I forget exactly how much that actually amounts to. There's, like, a formula you can probably look up. But yeah, you can see, like, the Barb's AI is very rudimentary. Like, literally all they do is they basically just head to... I think it's literally just they always head towards the top left. Or maybe sometimes the top right, depending on the area. But I think it actually might just always be the top left. I don't really remember, though. And they just attack stuff they see, basically. I think that the Death Mauler's range tech is pretty cool too. Like the fact that it's like they show like a creeping vine that's like basically invisible till it gets close to you. It's pretty cool. I mean, Act 5 is kind of I think it's a little divisive because there's lots of cool things, but it's also like the tone of Act 5 is quite different from the rest of the game. Right? It's a lot more. It's got a lot more of that. I guess. To put it in layman terms, it's got that epic feel to it, essentially, right? Compared to the rest of the game, right? The big thing is it's got, like, the orchestral music. Instead of the rest of the game's, like, fairly, like, dark music. There's a lot more, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean if you played the game. Ah, we're running into... Shank, the Overseer. Is that over here? To get some distance between Shank, the Overseer, and me. Oh, jeez, my Barb's getting messed up. My Merc, I mean. His damage is kind of already starting to fall behind a little. Although he's keeping stuff frozen, so I'm not exactly complaining. Because freeze is pretty ridiculous. Like, against small groups of enemies, it's like he just keeps everything stun locked forever, which is just really good. Which I will gush about, you know, forever. Grand Scepter, sure, whatever. Pick shit up. Let's put a TP down. I'm gonna walk around Shank and get the waypoint first. I think I'm gonna hork my stuff. Because I always find it funny that, like, even though it's like the waypoints for the Frigid Highlands, it's this is basically just the waypoint for not having to walk up every time. It's right next to Shank.
Salutations.
Salutations. I'm not gonna bother keeping that. Why am I even looking? Oh. Kill Shank, the Overseer. Alright. Alright, Shank, I'm coming for you. Where are my stacks at? I'm good. So I just want to take things slow, because Shank's usually surrounded by a ton of dudes. But since he's not like a shaman or anything, he can't revive them. He just makes them scary and explode. Or just do a ton of damage. Which, yeah, once again, very cool AI thing that that Shank, you know, the Overlord dudes can, like, literally, like, not only can they buff their allies with the whip by whipping a monster, but they can also transform them to the explodey dudes. Like that guy. Good example. which is just a really cool concept. Basically, you can either make them stronger or you can turn them into suicide bombers. And then you kill them and you get the cool effect. And I think it actually kills, yeah, it kills nearby catapults. I think that might have actually just been a coincidence. Alright, anyways. Go to Larzik for your reward. To imbue stuff, which isn't really useful for me because I can't imbue weapons. I could imbue armor, but like there's not really any good armor rune words I really need. Because I can't use a shield. And I have no need for like... I don't need lore or anything as like rune word helmets, and stealth is good enough. Like, stealth is very good for a low level rune word.
Afternoon. You're an even.
Yeah. I wonder if I should start trying to shop stuff. Maybe. I don't really have much of a need for. I don't know. It would be nice to replace some of the stuff. My resistances are a little low. Like, I'm glad I have max cold res because that's great for Bale, right? His Hoarfrost, that stupid wave, that just like if you have low cold res, that wave attack will just eviscerate you because it'll just stun lock you. Ah yes, this is one of the best monster groups to grind in the whole game. This guy and Pindleskin. You start a new game, you spawn here, you kill them, then you go kill Pindleskin, and then you're good. Because they're quick and easy to kill, and they're right next to the TP thing. Ah! Which I might want to take advantage of. Once I find Anya. Look! Eldritch the Rectifier, and he's just hanging out by himself. I'm actually just gonna go straight back and sell this stuff.
I am overburdened.
Because I'm not gonna repair, because I just use a ton of jabs just to safely kill him.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
That wouldn't be a terrible shield. It's got the block chance and some res. The good reses too, right? Lightning and fire. Those like the big two. I'll probably guzzle down some thawing potions for Bale. I forget if his little like mana drain inferno thing is fire. Because I know that I'm pretty sure once you have no mana, it like actually damages you. But actually, don't quote me on that one. That was kind of weird like that, because one of his attacks just drains your mana like that. It's like, but then Bale himself doesn't actually do that much like otherwise. Like most of his stuff is just, oh, I'm gonna chill you down and knock you away. Oh, I'm going to get rid of your mana. Oh, I'm gonna create a clone of myself. It's just a bunch of stuff that just makes the fight take longer. His physical attack that he uses is actually like really strong, but like he spends so much time doing other things that doesn't usually come up. Alright, got a lot of siege beasts. I don't think the rascals, the little imps, give a lot of experience, unfortunately. The crush beasts here, the siege beasts, seem like they've got a lot of defense, so it's kind of hard to hit them. Like, let me check. Well, I can't because the other dudes are freaking spamming me. Here. Yeah, it's like 10% lower to hit them over the little rascals. Almost. Looks like we're going to we're gonna keep on heading over this way. See, I like the concept of this area, but it's a little annoying to traverse at times because a lot of times you can end up just being like stuck in this loop of like, cause like a lot of times there's only one real way to go. Well, Maybe less that there's one real way to go, more that there's a lot of dead ends. Like, there's usually a door to break down, but not always, and it can be kind of annoying. It kind of works out for me, at least, because as a throw barb, I can at least hit stuff over the gaps. And it's especially bad when, like, if you're a poison dude, especially, like, if you're a poison necro, all of these, like, barricades and shit they have to break down are always immune to poison, right? I think they have, like, 1,000 poison res, so it is completely impossible to ever break it, no matter what. They aren't even affected by auras or anything, so it doesn't even really matter. Oh god. Yeah, the crush beats hurt, too. Goes with that down. Especially like the towers, like I think they're immune to fire and like hell, and then they also just have ridiculous physical res and higher difficulties too. So getting through here as a physical attacker can just be a pain. Although one nice thing is that when you kill the towers, it actually kills the imp if they're on it. Unlike with the siege beasts, where they'll just teleport off. So you at least have that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing, because I know that this can be surprisingly wide. Oh god! Okay. Guzzle the potion down. I gotta remember to battle orders more often too. I'm really bad about that. Really bad about keeping my stuff stacked. Which is kind of important for a Barb because he has a lot of that. Oh yeah, the little stomp attack. I wonder if that stomp attack works. Because I know that in Classic it never worked because they never... There's like a weird bug with it where it needs to be linked to like a missile to do damage. But like the missile it's linked to doesn't even have to do damage. It just has to be linked or else it doesn't actually work for some reason. Or it needs to be linked to a skill, is it? It's a skill or a missile or something. I forget what it is, but it needs to be linked to something even if that thing it's linked to doesn't do anything. For some reason, like, specifically is like, no, you need to be able to do something. Well, I didn't even think about this, but one nice thing as a Barb is I can jump over this at least. I wonder if we'll see that. So, super rare thing that almost nobody ever sees is that the Barbs that you rescue, like they'll take hits. Like you can see them taking hits, but like the thing is they can die. So you can actually fail this quest, which is it's very rare for a quest to be failable in single player. Like I think other than this quest, it's like the other one is like Kane. Because if you go to Act 2 before you rescue King, he has to, appear in Act 2 to help you with stuff. So if he's there, then he can't do anything. You can't rescue him anymore. It's kind of weird too. You have to, if that happens, you have to like go to Act 1, I think, and like quit in Act 1, or something weird like that. Or else you're just like out of luck and you can't. You're just paying for identifies for the rest of your difficulty. Alright, since we leveled up again, let's just pump more vitality, I guess. And, yeah. Might as well keep pumping that, because that's really good. Battle Orders is, like, probably one of the best skills in the game. It's kind of absurd how good it is. And it's, like, funny, because, like, it's such a simple effect. It's just you have more life and mana and stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, that's really good. In a game where if your health goes to 0, you die, and also a million other things can happen if you don't have enough life, like, hit recovery is the biggest thing. Hit recovery is heavily based on how much health you have, so if you have less health, and it's easier to get put in hit recovery. So battle orders helps you to, die less directly and indirectly. There's no chance to hit these guys now. It's going up a little. So I think it was 71% for the rascals before, not 73. Or I'm crazy and it was always 73 and I don't remember. Get out of here. Look at y'all. Siege beasts are kind of weird because I don't think they can spawn with other monsters. Or is that even true? I don't remember. I forget if they spawn with imps because I know that there's the super unique at the end of Ariat Plateau. Isn't it like Thresh Socket or something? He always spawns by himself. And I'm not sure if it's why that is. I don't remember. It's pretty funny though that even though these things are huge, I can still knock them back sometimes. That's kind of like a kind of another one of those obscure mechanics that you have to basically experiment to find out. Is that knockback chance is based specific on how big a monster is. Small monsters always get knocked back, and then normal sized monsters get knocked back half the time, and then the big dudes like big ass Wendigos and like these crush beasts and stuff only get knocked back a quarter of the time. Which is obviously something the game never tells you. But I mean, the game also doesn't tell you a lot of things because it's very hands-off. Oy vey! Okay, let's before I go jump, I'm thinking of jumping in there, but I don't want to get stuck. Actually, it's kind of nice to have that Barb there, so maybe I will just jump in. Let's just clear these imps out here that are right here, because they'll come in after. And let's jump on in. Alright. Follow me. Honestly, the imps are just such a cool enemy. Even if they are, like, definitely, like, pretty low on the list of threatening. Like, the fact that they can jump on top of the fortifications and on top of the siege beasts is really cool. Especially because, like, you'll see, like, when the siege beasts get frozen and stuff, the imp on top is unaffected, so he's still, infernoing. Very cool. And I do appreciate that in Nightmare in Hell, right? This act takes a whole nother level where, like, you get the guest monsters, where monsters from all the other acts can just show up randomly. And it's pretty cool. It's like I think I've seen people describe it as how, like, Act 5 is almost like I forget how you put it. I think it's specifically like Act 5 Hell is almost like another difficulty because it's like running around can just be brutal, where you can just get ganked by souls and stuff. Souls appear in a lot of areas, in a lot of the scary areas in Hell. I mean in Nightmare too, but it's in Hell where they're just like holy crap, Because I think souls can appear in like one of the levels of the throne, the final area, and they can just appear in the final level with Baal too. So it's like you're almost guaranteed to you're probably gonna end up seeing them. It's like the devs knew the souls were just ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna just book it for a little bit here. Because I think the way up is over there, so. We got a lot of imps, but who cares? Ow! That hurts though. Who's even hitting you? Man, imagine you could have socket throwing weapons. I get why you can't though, because it really doesn't make any sense. Hell, I mean, back before we had Lord of Destruction, even just throwing weapons couldn't even be magic or rare, right? Because it's like, it doesn't really make sense to fix my weapon, because it's like, if you think about it, it's like, it's kind of weird, right? It's like Soul Prod Throwing Spear, but I have 105 of these. It's like, where's the logic in that? You know what I mean? Oh, now here's the question. Should I get the Barb?
What do you need?
How many runes do I got on me? Plop this here, but I'll sell the towel. Towels are worth decent money for how uncommon they are. Boom. If I wanted to buy a Barb, I want a good weapon. Like, probably... Since I'm playing the remaster, I can get the dual wielder. You know, can I just say, I hate the fact that like, it's so cool that they implemented a dual wielding Barb merc as like an option, but then for some reason they made him sword still. It's like, dude, you can see Barb's dual wielding like axes and stuff. You couldn't be asked to implement that too? I know it's like it's cool that we got anything, period, but it's like, man, you can see like the random Barbs hanging out in the areas, dual wielding axes. So it's like, come on, man. Should I get a Barb merc? Man, I don't know. I like, that's the thing. I would want him to have a good weapon. Cause like I'm doing like 80 to, on average, like, you know, around like 100 damage with my throws. So if he's not matching that, then it's like he's not really like helping me. Cause like I would rather just have the Iron Wolf dude just AoEing, chilling everything, cause that's useful. But like, I don't know. I'll look for a little bit here.
Afternoon.
It doesn't necessarily need to be anything crazy, just like a good, strong sword. Wouldn't surprise me if I even found a good sword and it's just I didn't pick it up. Well, we'll stick with the Iron Wolf, but we'll keep an eye out for swords and stuff. If I find a good sword, I'll swap. Alright, here's our next super unique. Eyeball the Unleashed. Or Eyeback, I mean Eyeball. Look, man, it's literally like only 2 letters are different. Hey, 2 swords, what do you know? Imagine that. One hand, and it's funny because they added dual wielding sword stuff. It's like now it's like okay, but since they can't dual wield two-handed swords like the regular Barb can, one-handed swords are still way better. Like, it's crazy. Like one-handed sword, like that's part of the problem too. Is it's like okay, so now we have 2 mercs that can use swords, and it's like yeah, the Iron Wolf isn't really using the sword to stab stuff, but still. That's more just like a flaw of like the fact that the game's changed so much. Because I know back in the day they definitely did stab stuff. Although, I mean, even back in the day it was pretty rare. Admittedly. Yeah, it's a northeast going area. Ooh, we got a Lasher champion. Yeah, remember when like champion stuff would spawn with other champions of their kind? So I figure when they fix this, I don't even know if I should say fix it, but when they changed it, I forget if it was actually LOD or if it was just a patch. Because like a lot of people often associate like most of the new stuff with LOD, but it's like Lord of Destruction actually was around for like they came like Lord of Destruction came out what, like a year after. And like I think Lord of Destruction was patch 107 was when it released. So there's still like how many patches left? And including like huge patches, like 1010 is one of the big ones, I think. If I remember correctly. Right, that was the patch that included stuff like buying mana potions. So even after LOD came out, you still couldn't buy mana potions for a while. And it's still hard to say if that was a good balance decision, because that's kind of like just, I think it's underestimated just how much that really did affect like being like, especially like speedrunning the game, where you can just buy a crap ton of mana potions as a sorceress and just go crazy with your teleport. And you can just buy like a million mana potions that are dirt cheap, so who cares, right? Ow. I mean, I guess I don't have to really look around these areas, so... Yo, get over here, buddy. Let's go. I kind of forgot these guys, the last shooters have a projectile. They almost never use it. If that's even what that is. It was shooting something. I don't remember what it is, because when they lash, they actually lash, right? It's not like he fires an orbit at it. A Slayer and it turns them and, you know, makes them mad or anything. It's just something. Ooh. I don't remember what that is. I don't think that's actually very good. If I don't remember what it is, it probably isn't good. Isn't it like Tangrid's? Is Tangrid's a ringmail? Because I know, like, Saigon's is, like, I think Saigon's is a gothic plate. Okay. Blow up on the Merc, please, because, that's, like, a classic glitch. I don't know how long that's been in the game, but for some reason, like, most, like, death effects from monsters that aren't, like, that are like baked into the monster don't work on like anything except a player. So like the exploded dudes will run into like your Merc or something and explode and nothing will happen to them. And that's been around for like ever. It's one of those weird things. I mean, it'd be nice to get the waypoint for the R8 plateau, but like if I don't find it, I mean, whatever. It's one of the least, like, traversed areas. The only time you're coming here is just to go through here, basically. Especially doesn't help that it's so annoying to traverse. It's actually a good spot for my Merc to be, because now you can just spam them with spells and be at no danger. Do your work, buddy. The waypoints here aren't usually that hard to find, but they can be kind of annoying, because like you pretty much every time you get to like an open area, you just have to kind of walk up and down if you want to find the waypoint, unless you just get lucky.
Hello.
Hey, look, Neilthok's still here. That's one of those weird things. I'm not sure when Neilthok disappears. Sometimes he disappears when you get to the plateau. Sometimes he doesn't disappear until you get to the actual trail, and it's kind of inconsistent. I'm not sure why.
What do you need?
Wow, a massive Flam Bridge of Readiness? That's pretty good, actually. But it's a two-handed sword, so, like, it Almost doesn't matter. Oh, it's the angelic. It's just damage used by 3. Who cares? This isn't really much. If this was like one-handed, this would be great. But like, two-handed, like the two-handed is like it's the problem. I don't care about a two-handed sword for my merc because he can only use. Right, the dual wielders can't dual wield two-handed swords, and the one-hander gets more out of a one-handed sword because he doubles the damage. So like this is 21 to 42, but then I could just slap like a crystal sword, and this is doing 10 to 30. Which is not as much as this, but this is a normal sword. This has got like a bunch of enhanced damage. It's still not that great. Oh well. Ah, there's Thresh Socket. There was actually imps with him this time. Usually there aren't imps with him. I wonder if it's just... I wonder what is up with him, actually. I really do. I like when Rick's just like behind a tree, just like, I can't see him, so... Let me just replace that. I'm always bad with managing my potions. Ah, the creepers. Creepers are fun. Creepers are also very poorly implemented. Because you can see I'm chilling these guys. So in normal difficulty they aren't cold immune, although they're very high. But in Nightmare in Hell they are cold immune. But the weird thing about that is that they have an attribute where, like, you know, like most monsters get chilled and they go slower, and it's different on a per monster basis. Some monsters are more affected by chill than others. Like I think the Moon Lords, like these Death Lord dudes, for example, right? I think in Hell, like they just are immune to chill, and even on Nightmare, they're already very resistant, if not also immune there too. I forget, but the creepers actually get faster when they get hit by chill, but you can't really see that. Because normally they're so resistant to cold damage that it doesn't really matter. I forget if their cold immunities are breakable in Nightmare. They might be, but I know in Hell they definitely aren't. And it's so weird. It's like they implemented this thing, but you can barely actually see it. Unless you're really trying to. Like if you're chilling them, right, it's like you gotta be like conviction... lower resist at the same time. Grimoire Battlecry, find item 15 life. I could socket this with Larzik, but I don't think that's really worth it. Even though this isn't really giving me much either, but like, whatever. Faster cast rate, junk. Not that my current amulet is all that great. It's just a 4 replenished life. I forgot how terrible it is still. I'm really not finding much on this playthrough. Alright, so the trick for this area basically is you just kind of hang around the sides, pretty much, for the most part. It's like your best bet for finding the different areas to go to. Oh boy, man. The Death Lords are like one of the scariest enemies in the game for a melee attacker, because they'll just run up, get their frenzy going, and then they're just like... just erase you. Especially because I forget which one, I think it's the Death Lords are like immune to physical. So they're just like, holy crap, you know, like you see them and it's just like, run. Oh my god, my merc's definitely gonna die. Yep. See what I mean? Especially because the stupid succubus is amping him. This is a scary act. Oof. Well, let's grab some stuff to sell, because I guess I'll go back and heal him. I don't think it's too expensive right now, so I mean, I might as well. And I did just get another amulet. And it sucks, because I really could not care less about plus to whatever it was.
Stay a while and listen. Afternoon.
At 5,000, that's not so bad. I am coming out of a loss here,
Afternoon.
but I have plenty of stacked up money, so who cares? Money is not really a big issue for the most part, as long as you're actually like picking stuff up to sell. Hey, we found the frozen river already. Since we found it so fast, like it's super close to the waypoint, I might as well just go. This area can kind of suck because I think we're probably almost certainly gonna see abominables, another obnoxious enemy for melee attack. Okay, here's my strat. Go in here to warp my merc with me, and now we're just gonna sit back and toss. Because these guys have the same thing kind of going as the Erders. Whereas like they have like a stun on their attacks and knockback. So they can be pretty nasty. Like they're basically like upgraded Wendigos. Ah, another fun enemy, the Rotwalkers. One of those enemies that seems super like docile, but then like the charge stacks up to ridiculous amounts depending on the circumstance. Like because monsters get synergies just like anything else, and that doesn't usually come up, other than like for like stuff like the Shadow Master and the Warrior who can get synergies from your skills. But for skills that monsters use that get synergies from like auras and stuff, right? They get those synergies. So every once in a while, you'll see one of the Rotwalkers spawn with a Might Aura, and that synergizes with their charge skill because it's the same as the Paladins. So you'll get Might Aura Rotwalkers that are charging you for like literally over 1,000 damage and just like basically giving shit that they touch. Like it's actually ridiculous how strong it can be. Like, they're not usually that bad. Like, their charge attack always hits, and it does do a lot of damage, so it's not like they're not scary, but it's like... they're fairly slow otherwise, so as long as you keep your distance from them, they're still just a melee class, so it's not usually a big deal. It's just that, man, when you see those Might Aura Rotwalkers that charge you, it's like you really want to keep your distance. And, like, it only affects the one that actually has the aura, of course, but, like, that's still, like... It's absurd because like they'll do like I forget how much damage their charge does in hell. It does like 400 damage, and then the Might Aura bumps that damage up and has a synergy with it, which just makes it ridiculous. I keep forgetting, man. I'm so bad at that. Remind me that like, man. One of the big things I'm doing in my mod is I'm making it so that duration-based buffs like that are generally short enough that they actually mean something, right? Because, like, in vanilla, like, so many of the buffs are, like, it's like, oh, yeah, they last, like, 3 minutes. And it's like, dude, that's so long. Like, that, like, basically, it's just something to reapply rather than something that you actually have to worry about running out. Like, it's so silly. But then I myself am actually so bad at remembering to reapply it, so like, who knows? Ooh, a poignard. I wonder if they could dual wield daggers. Well, they're minions, so I'm definitely gonna kill them. I'm gonna get some fatty XP here. Move me half a bar just from those 3 dudes. Ah, man, the succubus. I find it weird that there's like 2 distinct ones, right? There's succubus and then there's the harpies. I think those are actually harpies, but like practically speaking, they're almost identical. Like even in terms of their AI, they're generally not that much of a difference. It's kind of weird. They have very different designs, obviously, because the harpies aren't just naked lady with wings, whereas the succubus basically is. The harpies actually have, like, feathers and stuff. Ow! The layout of this area is it's a little, like, weird at times, but it's generally just, like, just kind of hang around the outsides, like, same thing. What is this guy doing? Why is he just moonwalking? That seems to weirdly happen a lot in the remaster, I swear. I think it's our first evil urn. These things are fun. Yeah, I guess I'll pick that up to sell. I'll TP back. I got some stuff to sell.
Good evening.
Do my loop of heal, cane, repair, and sell.
Evening.
Whew, that's some moolah. Wow. What? This is required level 30 for 1 to 4 fire damage? In what? How? Okay. Man, I swear some things are so bad. I swear there's some affixes that just like have never, like even before like LOD and synergies completely changed the way the game was balanced. There are some things that have just never been good. Level 30 for a ring that does 1 to 4 fire damage. That sounds more like something I would be getting that would be good in like Act 1 normal, not Act 5 normal. Where like Act 5 normal is basically Act 1 nightmare. Because in many ways this area is harder than Act 1 nightmare. Yo, start smacking them. Ow, do they have crushing blow too? I don't think they do, but man, that did a lot. I felt like that one hit. I think it's because he just crit. Right, most monsters have about a 5% chance to crit. I'm not sure if anything doesn't actually have that 5% chance to crit. At least as far as monsters. There probably are some things, but I'm not sure if there's anything that isn't either 5% or 0%. Because it's funny because the monster's chance to crit is actually just straight up just a number. It isn't like some like can crit or can't crit. Like you could make a monster have a 100% chance to crit if you wanted. If you were crazy. Oh, I'm close enough. That's a good indication. Usually you'll see like a chunky area like this. And yeah, the river does usually wrap around on itself. So usually if you have like a Sork with teleport, you can kind of cheese. Like I could probably teleport from here to here and then here to here. Which would save a lot of time. Sure. $500 life in normal is not bad. Oh, actually, look at this. You could probably wrap around even easier from here. You could, yeah, you could just teleport from there to there. You might not even need the remaster to do that. You might be able to do that just in classic LOD. I keep saying classic LOD. I should be saying legacy LOD rather than saying classic. Start chucking. Oh, God. Okay, back up, dude. I'm gonna get a TP just in case he goes crazy. Frozen Sign. One of the first, like, consistent cold immunes you'll probably run into. Oh, God. Let me guess, they had mana burn. Ah! Yeah, they definitely do, because I'm going to hit for like all my mana per hit. Which is very fun. Also, these guys got back up. Slightly annoying. Alright. I might as well pick up a javelin. You never know. Maybe it'll be something crazy like plus 10 trillion damage. I don't remember how high it can go, but I mean, you never know. Hero, Neelathok did this to me. So, that's Snake Neelathok. Did something. I don't remember the rest of the quote because that's all you ever hear. Before you're like, oh, just shut up.
So, that snake Neelathok was behind Anya's disappearance.
Alright. We got our sweet thawing potion that isn't a thawing potion, but it might as well be. It literally thaws her out, so. Thank you so much for bringing Anya back to us.
Thank you so much for bringing Anya back to us.
And you get one of the cooler things, which is a scroll of resistance, which is pretty handy for me who doesn't have that much on me right now. Although, like many things in this game, it is technically slightly bugged. Although, as a hardcore character, the bug doesn't matter. Because the bug is that if you die,
Can I help you?
if you die, whatchamacallit, if you die, the effect goes away, essentially, until you start a new game. A weird javelin. But, obviously, as a hardcore character, that doesn't matter, because if I die, that's it. The glitch, of course, is the fact that not only does it go away, but the character screen doesn't actually show that it goes away. So you wouldn't actually know it unless you, like, literally knew it. This gives me 4 res. The cold res is pointless, but it does give me 27 life. It is legitimately nice. 2 mana after each kill is nice, but I'm getting some regen off my weapons, too. That's a lot of life, though, so, like, I think it's finally worth it. There's a recipe for cubes to imbue rares. I forget what it is. I think it requires a stone of Jordan, though, so once I found one of those, I can't really use that.
Afternoon.
I'm not exactly drowning in good gear. See, if this was like fire resist, I would have picked that up, because I don't need poison resist. The only thing I can really think of for anywhere in Act 2 that, like, or in Act 5 that you really have to care about that's poison is one of the boss waves at Bale, right? I think it's Acmeal the Cursed. Right, he has his poison aura, which is like unique. He's the only monster that isn't in the expansion, or like in one of the online only areas that has the effect of having a poison aura, and it doesn't even mention it. It's just something you can tell because if you just hang around, right, you're getting hit every 2 seconds with poison. I kind of forgot she sells swords too. Only a couple, but I mean, eh. Wonder if it'd be worth it to shop a wand with like amplify on it or something. Maybe? If I wanted to do that, I could probably just do that in Act 1 though. But, we're gonna keep this without too much heavy grinding. Actually, I guess now that I think about it, since we're here, well, let's I don't even know where I want to go. You know, actually, since this is so close, you know what, let's do a little grinding. Alright, basically we want to kill Pindleskin and, what's-his-face a bunch.
A coward's hiding place.
And this is a great place to grind, because it's just 2 easy uniques to kill that drop good shit. And like you can see, like, look how much experience I just get from killing them. I'm gonna save and quit. Respawn them both. And away we go. Although it's not as fast in the remaster because everything takes forever to load.
Good day.
And unfortunately, there's not really any way to fix that, because, well, not without them, like, you know, making the loading times faster, because, even if you're in, like, old graphics, it's like, it still has to load the new ones behind the back, you know, in the back burner, in case you want to switch. Let's not worry too much about that. Alright, where are you, buddy? Eldritch the Rectifier. Eldritch is especially nice because extra fast is like... Extra fast is scary when combined with other affixes, but by itself it's really not that big a deal. And since he always has that, it's like, it's always just like, not a big deal. Do I have anything in my cube? I'm bad about this. I always leave things in my cube and I'll just forget about it for like hours. Doesn't look like there's much though. I don't know how long I'll do this. Maybe just like a level. If that, I don't know. Especially nice having Pierce for this, because when they all line up like this, I can kind of hit multiples of them. Well, it's a little annoying when they charge me constantly and I'm getting stuck behind them like this. Dude, okay, whatever. It's like there's like I have a pillar block in the way. It's hard to tell. Damn remaster. It's pretty, but it's so hard to see.
Salutations.
Stay a while and listen.
Afternoon.
Not useful, not useful, not useful. Oh, why couldn't this be like plus the Barb skill level? That would have been awesome. Because the stamina and the skill levels mean nothing. This is basically just 20 poison reds. Which, like I said, I honestly don't care about. So, like... I don't know. It's worth it. It's money, so whatever. Alright, Eldritch. Time for round 3. Because I've already killed you twice this game. Although this is the second grind. Can be worth it to up the player count, but like, I'm not really doing enough damage that I want to do that. And that might be slightly scary. Given I am in hardcore, all it would take is like some lucky charge to just end my life. From Pendle's skin over here.
A coward's hiding place.
Ah, stop dodging! Frickin' Pendleskin's the last one alive because he's just like hanging out behind all his buddies. Usually I don't bother, but like when there's this many stacked up behind me because of the Merc, it's like I might as well just clean this out a little. And hey, if you hang around for long enough, his minions get back up. And keep stabbing. Like, how am I not hitting? Alright. Because it would be nice to at least get to like level 30 so I can start popping into... You know, like I can get a point in a natural resistance. Which that first level is 12% is a big deal. Oh, I need to put a point to increase speed too, I totally forgot. That'll be the next level then. Is there anything else I could put into? I mean, there's also Battle Command, but Battle Command's like one of those one-pointers because it only gives +1 skill. It's kind of weird in that sense. It would be nice if like you could slowly boost it up, but at the same time, it's like that would make it like really, really good. That would be like another like always put points in there because that's just bonus skills for all your other skills plus for other people that you're playing with. It's one of those things that's like impossible to really balance. How much money do I have? Basically, I'm a fifth of the way to the max. I almost wonder if it'd be worth it to try to gamble some amulets, because like pretty much anything I got would have to be better than this. But who freaking knows, man? Bindleskin's more experienced because I forget what level he is. He's like level like almost like 50 or something crazy. Like he's extremely high level for this point in the game, but like I'm getting less experience because he's so high level compared to me. And then of course the fact that these guys are just kind of easier to kill. I was wondering if I shouldn't even bother with Pindle for a little bit. It's fine. And I get to hear him go brr.
A coward's hiding place.
Ow! Yeah, this is what's scary when they all start charge comboing you and you just get like wrecked. And especially when you're at the door and you can't see anything. Ow. Alright.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you.
Afternoon.
Yeah, it's just give me this for a little while. I'm not even gonna bother with Neil. Like, I never bother with Neil Thought, because, like, should I, though? Neil Thought is almost scarier than Bale in some ways. Like, I don't know if I should even bother with him. Also, I think I'm gonna refrain from Pindleskin for a little bit. By a little bit, I mean I'm just gonna farm Eldritch for a little bit here. Let's get to like level 28 at least, and maybe I'll keep going. Dunno. Because I really am just super low level.
How may I be of help?
Stay a while and listen.
I needs it. I needs the levels. 15 to 20. That's not terrible, but eh. Can you hear my computer just randomly deciding it's time to go overdrive? Oof! Ah, Ceases and a scissor guitar. Both things I'll sell for absolutely nothing. Because the assassin weapons for some reason just sell for like no money. I assume it's because they wanted them to be easier to get, because the assassin kind of really wants them for like a lot of her skills. Making sick. I'm probably not even gonna break even on this.
What do you need?
Oh, I did. All right, I take it back. I guess it's because I think my stuff just isn't that expensive. Get him! Ooh, a mask. Forget what that is. Isn't that like Well, see, that's funny because I know that a mask could be. Well, that can't. I was gonna say Tal Rasha's, but that's the death mask. I forget what the regular mask is. Isn't it like Tangrid? I think I keep saying Tangrid's, but I think it actually is this time. So I don't think it's very good, but oh no, it's Captain's. Man, I'm good at being wrong, huh? Well, this gives 25 fire res, and this gives 25 cold res.
I'll put that to good use.
Which doesn't really matter, but in the end, but technically speaking, I prefer the cold res. Oh, this also has more defense. The mana doesn't really matter.
I'll put that to good
The difference in defense is pretty negligible, but
Not here.
I mean, every point matters. That's like probably like an extra like 1% chance to not get hit. So whatever. Stabby, stabby.
Hello.
Good day.
See, this is always the thing, because it's like I'm doing an LP, so I don't want to be just doing this forever. You know, that's not exactly the best content, but it's like I don't know. Ooh, see, this is good. Warriors means enhanced damage and attack rating, and he gets lifesteal. So you know what? Hang on to that. If I find another good sword, I'll buy a Barb merc. Also, okay, bonus to attack rating. That's very nice, actually. Because like I said, I really don't need the other stuff. So hey, bam. That helps my fire res out a lot. And it gets me more attack rating, which helps. I forget if the 15% is, or the 5% adds with skills, or if it just boosts my base attack rating, and then that gets boosted by other stuff. Because the order, you know, matters a lot. Because if it's the former of boosting the base, then that's actually a pretty big effect. But if it's only boosting the actual, like, if it's just adding along with the other stuff, then it's not really that much. But hey, attack rating is attack rating. It's pretty important for someone like me. Man, it felt like I just started killing stuff way faster there. It's weird. I did level up, which is nice. Pick that up. I realized at some point, coyly, without really thinking about it, that I have a greater mana potion that might as well get replaced with a super, even though I never drink them. But that's just the kind of person I am. In my head, I'm thinking I need to upgrade this, even though it doesn't matter. Telekinesis staff. That's not bad. I mean, I won't go out of my way, but like if I find something that's like got a charge to like amp on it, or even just like something simple like what would be like? I guess a decrep would be good too.
Great haste.
Hell, life tap would be awesome. Anything like really anything like that. But like I'm not gonna go out of my way to look for it. Knock back at 2 swords of the bear. What's something else I can replace? I mean, the cold res on this belt is phenomenal. And my lapis boots are good too, but like, obviously, like any of the rings in my amulet are all like pretty like look how much freaking cold res I have. Does any wonder I have so much? All my gear is just cold res. The I can't think of any joke. I can't like. I'm just out of it, man. Anya's, I think, like the best place to buy like gloves and stuff, especially because she's right next to this portal. Although, unfortunately, that's not the case anymore because now if I enter this portal, not only is there a loading screen,
Impossible.
but they added a buffer for red portals now, which wasn't there originally, right? The buffer time used to only exist for TPs. Red portals were like didn't have that. Terror is not terrible. I actually almost kind of want to buy that because that's great for dealing with like boss groups. Well, regardless, we'll go kill Eldritch again. We'll put some dexterity in. I could really use it. And, oh right, yeah. Get that increased speed. Now I'm faster, yeah. Quality of life. Hell yeah. Increased speed's one of those things that feels more just like, it's nice to have, but as a ranged character, it is actually very useful to be able to run away faster from stuff. I guess I'll pick that up too. And you, why not? I have plenty of room. I think my experience is actually going up a bit. That's kind of the funny thing, because you get like the experience penalties from being too low level compared to the monster. You get like to like this point where as you're leveling up, you're actually getting more experience and leveling up even faster. Because as the penalty goes down, the ratio goes up a lot. That was a Francisca? Oh, I guess I can't actually see it now, can I? Oh no. What was that? 18 to 33 throw damage? It's actually better technically, but it doesn't have all the extra stuff, so who cares? Would be nice to see another warrior sword of the leech. I guess I might as well keep... I'll do a round where I'll check everyone once, and then I'll kill Eldritch. And then we'll just be like, whatever. Plus one at Necro skill level, that's nice. Especially nice because she can have swords too, so I can check on swords like everyone. Alright, Anya, give me something good. Oops, don't need to trade. Don't need to gamble, I mean. Nah. Anya's weird, I swear. Her inventory is so weird because sometimes she just has nothing, I swear. I don't know why. I mean, it might be a level thing. Once again, because in normal difficulty at least, mercs sell weapons based on, like, they have an actual magic level, so they can only they sell things like a certain range of affixes. Other difficulty, I think always scale to your level, but normal difficulty, because they have like a fixed level that they sell around. If you're too low level, you won't see some of their stuff because it's like you're too low level to actually like for it to spawn. Basically, I think is how that works. I forget. Let me take a drink of my They finally came out with a 7-Up Zero, you know, which is like zero sugar, and they haven't had it in my area for ever. So I'm glad to have it. Because I love 7-Up. It's weird. There's a Sprite Zero too, but even though the regular Sprite in 7-Up is mostly just down to like what I'm feeling the preference on at the time, when it comes to the Zero versions, I think Sprite Zero sucks, but the 7-Up Zero is like feels like it tastes almost exactly the same. I don't know.
Afternoon.
One of those weird things. Ooh, a double socket sword though. If this was triple sockets, I'd buy it. But I'm not gonna bother with the double sockets. It's of the Leech, just doesn't have the Fools or the Warriors or anything like that. I'm not gonna bother checking Anya because she seems to have nothing half the time. So I won't worry about it. It definitely feels like with a couple levels in the attack range boost, I'm definitely hitting them more consistently now. Hey, what's it up to? Like 80%? Like that's a much better odds. Ooh, a war hat. Nice. It's always nice to see rare like items of the higher tier showing up in normal. It's always slightly exciting because it's like, hey, I can actually get something good.
Salutations.
If I'm lucky.
Stay a while and listen.
Greetings, my friend. Stay a while and listen. Some resistances, not bad, but eh. Same thing. Not bad, but eh. Not necessary. Sharp, that's almost warriors. If only. Hey! Big boost of fire resist and some attack rating. I'll take it. Actually, I'm curious about this. 77 and 81 versus the 5%, which is literally the same, basically. Because this will, I think this will both boost my base, so it's not that big a deal. If I had more attack rating, the 5% would probably go farther, but I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's not that big a deal. Yeah, because you can even see that that must be what it is then. It must add. Because if you look, this 1139 here actually goes down with the percent, but the rest go up a little. So I guess that must be, yeah. I think it probably just adds to the other skills if I had to guess. Anyway, either way, that's really nice. That's a big boost there. I'm definitely glad to have found that. I'll stab you just for good measure. I'm definitely thinking about gambling for some rings. Maybe an amulet, maybe a ring. I don't know. The thing is that if you want to do a lot of gambling, it's good to get an edge bow, because edge bow is one of like 2 items in the game that has the vendor prices reduced affix. Look how much that sells for, 91, and that's not even terrible. But the base just sells for like nothing. Oh, of the Locust. Would have been nice to find that, I guess. Warrior Sword. Sharp Sword of Frost. Actually, Sharp Sword of Frost might not be a bad idea. Because that still has the enhanced and attack ring, and it comes with cold damage, which means my Bird Merc can help chill stuff too. Should I do that? It's fast attack speed too. Ooh. Also, I'm curious. Okay, I'm curious about this too. My cold res is maxed. How much is it? It's maxed at 117, so I can take these boots off and still have max cold res. Because I got this helmet now. So I should look to replace my boots too if I can. Since Anya sells boots, it might be a good idea to start checking her out again. Checking her out again. You know what I mean. You know what? Fuck it. Here. Just for some variety. I know I went to the effort of making this sword for him, but eh. What's this? I guess I can actually see the damage on this. 71 to 79. And 33 to 45. I do find it funny that Glacial Frost, the Great Glacial Spike, kind of falls behind pretty quickly. Just because this one starts at level 9. So 71 to 79, huh?
Yes, warrior.
But we can get this guy here. Which one should I get? I want the Frenzy one. Because, Battlecry's not bad, but... Wait, let's find one with a good name, though. Khan! Oh, he's defensive, though. Klisk. Not a lot of options, I'd say. We'll go with Klisk. I like the name Klisk. And we'll just shove this on you.
To good use. I'll put
And
that to
that.
good use.
And we can't actually... Should I just sell this shield? I mean... I can't I'm not using it, and I doubt I could give it to anyone else. I mean, it's easy to make. It's Ancient's Pledge, you know? I have the runes for it, so... Eh.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
So his damage is like a little like lower, but he's also like walking up to beating the hell out of things. And his skills, like that's just his base damage, right? The Frenzy here you can see like not only is he a great tank, he can also taunt stuff, which lowers its damage output. And like Frenzy goes in, you know. Frenzy like 138% damage, so that's like pretty crazy. And hey, he gets Life Leech. And see, he still gets that cold effect, so he can actually be helping me chill stuff still. Let's get an idea of it over here now. Barb Mercs are just naturally tankier anyways because they actually have better life regen than other Mercs. It's actually quite a big difference too. I think all the other Mercs regen from 0 health to full health in 41 seconds. I believe the Barb Merc does it in only 16 seconds, so it's actually quite a big difference.
Good day.
So they actually heal very quickly,
At your
even without life steal. I'm still gonna look for swords while I grind though. Oh yeah, I forget too. I should be looking for boots. So I should go to Anya to check her out too. Yo Anya, give me some nice thigh-high boots. God, actually, I only have 70 strength though. I don't have 70 strength. No, I'm actually pretty far from that too. It's like 4 levels. There's not that much in terms of lightning. Like Bale, I think only really uses fire and cold, so those are the big 2 you want for him. Oh well. Should I gamble? You know what? Here. We got some spare money. Let's fucking gamble gamble an amulet. Boom. 19 to attack rating? Fuck. Do I have replenish anything else? I have this ring. Ugh, really? Okay, we're gonna do one more. Lightning, res, and energy. Ugh. I guess so. Whatever. It's better than nothing. It's better than... Even though the replenished life does stack decently well, I don't really need it. Especially because with... You know, I have a tank now, so I shouldn't be taking as many hits, hopefully, down the line. And yeah, it actually helps him out a lot. Like, look at... His health is... He has more health than me when I battle cry. Or when I battle command. Look at him go. And that actually really helps too, because giving him more health means... Because monster regen, like whether it's a minion or a merc or whatever, it all works the same, right? Their regen is based on... Oh wow, unique... Just imp just right here too. That's kind of funny. Their regen is based on a percentage of their max health. So giving him more health means he heals more health faster. So it just kind of naturally works that battle commands means that he's both faster, better at, like, he has more health to, you know, get hurt with, but he also just heals faster. So it kind of like double dips in a way. You can think of it.
Greetings.
I'm gonna stick with Larzik. Ani just doesn't have what I want.
Need.
Gladius, eh. Nah. I forget if, oops, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. I forget if the plus to skill tabs, because I would say no, it doesn't, but in the remaster they changed how certain things work, so it's possible that, like, if I see like a plus to Barb skill tabs, it might actually boost up his skills if it's in that skill tab. Like, if I get a Barb sword that's like plus to combat skills, it might actually boost his frenzy. And I can actually check that, since you can actually see their skills now, which is admittedly kind of nice. I think we'll just get another level and then we'll stop. We'll go, we'll stop at the grind and just go head straight to Bale. I'm not gonna bother with Mulithok. Just for fun. Yeah! See, I'm going back to town. That's why I'm in town now.
Salutations.
Oh. Oops. Knockback. Life tap would especially be useful now that I have the Barb Merc, because a life tap on will basically let my Barb Merc be invincible for a while.
Can I help you?
Damn, that's not bad. Nothing good. Wow, they dropped a lot of stuff. An award javelin, eh? Could be good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. He says with, like, the most iconic voice, I swear. +1 to Dex? Nah. Ah, just 10%. 15 to 35. That's more damage, but this comes with like the cold and poison and the mana steel, the attack rating. Mechanics War Sword. Same thing. If I found one of these that was like 3 sockets, I'd go for it. But I should probably keep an eye out for that actually, because I don't think you can find the jewelers or whatever that spawns with 3 sockets this early. But I should be able to find a socketed one just normal. If I did that, I could probably just slap, like, I don't know, like an Ort rune into it, probably. Even something silly like... I don't know. Kind of blanked there for a second. My mind's starting to go from just farming this guy. Wow, that sound of it dropping like a ton of stuff. Did one of them run away? That's what they did. I'm gonna quickly kill these guys just to break up the monotony. And I got a sapphire. How nice.
Salutations.
Not in town. Yes.
At your service.
Moolah. Ah, the centaur. Centaur is weird. Oh, never mind. For some reason, I thought it had a life or level requirement. I guess it doesn't actually. That's kind of cool, actually. That makes sense because it's based on your level already. So who cares? Don't need to give it a level requirement because it's already naturally being balanced out. The level base stats are pretty cool in that regard. Holy crap, look how big that text is. I feel much stronger now. Hornhelm, Diamond, and Ruby. I guess I should look out for those too, because he can wear them. One of their unique features, they can wear the Barb helms. I think they actually... Did they add something like that in the remaster?
Not here.
I distinctly remember that they actually let certain mercs wield new weapons too, but I don't remember.
Afternoon.
Like, I think the Act 2 guy might be able to use Amazon spears now, but I don't remember if that's actually true. That might just be one of many mods I'm just rambling. Whoa. Alright, I want to check this out right now. This Frenzy is level 2. Put this on.
To good use.
It's level 3. It actually works. Good to know. So the remaster adds that in. That was a lot of money I spent, but it was for the, you know, in the name of science. So I think it was definitely worth it. I'm not using that because that's all it has. Still, it's cool. It's cool that they add stuff like that. Because I mean, it just makes sense. Chainmail, throwing spear. Some rascals. Stab them. Stabby stabby. Why am I coming here to kill them? I don't know. The thing with farming stuff like this and grinding for a level is that it can just like... the simple reality is that the fastest way to make it go by is to make it at least slightly entertaining.
Yes.
So the best way to make it, exciting is to just occasionally mix it up. I do find it funny that there's combat skills for the Paladin and combat skills for the Barb. Oh, wow, that's such a lot of damage on Undead. But that's not really helpful. If it was demons, I probably would have gone for it because that would help for Bale. Because I think all the act bosses count as demons. Breastplate, gnarled staff. I might start coming over here in between because I think it's might be easier to get gloves for me from Halabu and Jamala.
To you, champion.
Yeah, because they'll have heavy belts and light-plated boots.
What do you need?
So it might be worth just checking them out quickly. Ooh. So that doesn't get boosted by Frenzy, but that is actually a lot of extra damage. So you know what? Actually, yeah, I'll pop them on for now. So this is 8 to 22, and this is 5 to 16. So the damage doesn't go down that much, and it boosts his fire damage a lot. You can see, and it's because it's a crystal sword. It's still fast. So yeah, he can't chill stuff now, but he's doing more damage. So yeah. And now we can see hell. Gwahaha. However, the loading times means I'm probably not going to do that. Because it's going to take longer to load from Act 4 to Act 5. God damn it. I can chill stuff anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Shale Rune, Gladius, Chip Topaz.
Good afternoon.
Got anything for us, lady? A life tap wand. And it's only life tap. That's so good. Okay, there you go. My life tap wand. You put life tap on something, you get 50% of your damage back as health, and it's
Hello.
it ignores like leeching. Like stuff like it ignores leeching penalties. So even if you're on hell difficulty and you're attacking a skeleton that can't be leeched from anyways, it's like you still get 50% because it's a curse, which is like hell yeah. Let's go to Shale. It's not bad. Just pop that over there. Alright, did I check his swords? I forget. I think I did already. Undead. It's basically it's like a sanctuary sword. Damage against undead and knockback. Alright, we're almost to a level, and then we'll keep on going. It's because I don't want to be too low, because the ancients are going to be a pain in the ass if I'm really too low level. Especially because it's not like you can't TP against them, right? So it's like you want to be prepared for them. Because they're honestly scarier than Bale. They really are. Always have been. Probably always will be. Just because they're the only thing in the game that you cannot wear down. as well, you can, but it's not without the right step. You can't TP cheese them, right? Like you can with everything else in the game. More life. And I got a point in there, so I'm not going to bother putting another point in there for a long time, if ever. That 1 point is good enough. Since I have this guy taunting now, I'm not going to bother with that any like battle cry stuff either, because he'll taunt it away. This has 60 seconds now. Like, that's like a minute. I think that's good enough. So I can start popping into Throwing Mastery again. Boost her damage a bit more.
Good to see you.
What's my my Throwing Mastery is at 6. What's double throw at?
Afternoon.
Wow, that's actually not bad. 15 to 37? Oh, but it's slow. So that hurts a lot. It's not as impressive as it looks. Tch. Better cold res, but no half, and I already have max cold res, so I really don't care. I'd rather get. I would want like a boot with like, at the very least, like if it was like both cold and fire, that would be nice. I did just level up though. I'm at 29. You know, we'll. I don't want to go to 30. That's gonna take forever. Let's just go. Screw it. Those couple levels probably help a ton with like being able to actually like hit stuff now. So. So I think we're good. And since we're nearby, we might as well head over to the river here entrance quickly, because there's always a champion pack outside the river doors. Who's it gonna be? Oh god, scary guys. But I have my Barb Merc now who can tank shit. Hell yeah. Hey, you won. Not bad. Let's go. The half freeze duration is nice for these guys because their Arctic breath, you know, that's pretty consistent chill. I'm glad that even with the new Barb Merc, he's still just kind of hanging in corners and not actually helping. Oh, another wand. It'd be funny if I just randomly got a nice wand here. I'm actually gonna go back right now. Just because 2 wands is like, you know, I might as well check these out. Junk. If this had 7% fire res, I would actually think it would. I honestly would probably go for it because the increased attack speed goes so far. But I need some res. Good one to sell, but not much otherwise. Look at him go. Especially doesn't hurt that, you know, there's a lot of cold stuff that's really cold resistant in this area, so having my Merc not just do cold damage is handy. The only thing is I really hope I don't run into like something that's physical immune. Which can happen, I think. I forget which monster can spawn this physical immune in this area in like Act 5. I think there's one. There isn't like ghosts or anything, so maybe not. Especially since the Barb has taunt, which forces something to attack him, so it's like... It's really handy in that regard. Even though Battle Cry is definitely the better of the two. But I think actually for the purposes of the Merc, it might actually be better to have taunt, just because it specifically makes them target him. Normally you have to like put some work into making them target him specifically, because... You know, monsters tend to want to hit you, even with the Merc around. Hey, nice healing potion. Oh, but there's a well. Alright, so we should be finding, hopefully, the next entrance soon. The Glacial Trail. There it is. I always find it funny, you like look at Anya. Oh, it doesn't say. I forget if it says that before or after you talk to Anya. There's like, at some point, the quest description gets really specific. It's like, talk to Anya before you go, you know, through the Glacial Trail from the Crystalline Passage to the, you know, what's the third area called? It just says it in a very specific, like, kind of awkward way, just to like make sure you know kind of where to go. But I don't. It says to. It's weird because it kind of encourages you to not do it, because it says talk to Anya before you do this. I wonder if they fixed this guy's Arctic Breath, because their Arctic Breath does damage every frame, right? But the Sork's chilling armor that like counters ranged attacks normally isn't supposed to counter certain things because it's flagged to not do that. But if they don't, you know, if they forget to do that, then like, which can result in funny stuff where they the Arctic Breath you and then you'll shoot like 50 kajillion projectiles at them from the chilling armor. Bonesaw. I might need to go back to get repairs right away. There's a lot of stuff to throw at here. War Javelin could be good. Light Plated Bolts could also be good. And Glove is just... I mean, I'll pick it up because I can sell it. I'm not worried about life tapping yet, but I probably will definitely be using that on Bale, for sure, at least. With that, me and my Merc can just be stabbing them forever. Alright, sell that, sell that. Poison res, nah. Decent, but... Nah, the boots suck. Mechanics with some stuff. Be nice to find at least like a something for is it jewelers or artisans that has 3 sockets? I don't remember. Oh, whatever. Because I pick that up because it is a sword. Well, there's a scroll right here. I may as well just pick it up and ID this. Nope. I get over here, buddy, so I can go. Wah! Head on over. Red Rover, Red Rover. We found some champion abominables. Come on over. Like, look at his tanking. They're sitting there whacking him, and his health's barely moving because he's just like healing at a huff. You know, but I think I've mentioned this at some point, but Barb mercs used to have more poison res than other mercs, but at some point that got like, I don't know what it is, like certain things got like changed. So they no longer had the unique. I'm not, in fact, to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure they have the extra life regen anymore because it's. I would assume they do still, but like they don't have the extra poison res anymore. I think they used to have like 70 more poison res than the other mercs because it was part of their monster stats file. They just had actual poison res, which all the other mercs didn't. They just had 0 for all the resistances. It was handled through their merc file. But you can't see it on the character screen because, like, if you look right, I look at it. He does have max poison res, but that's because of the stealth. Right? If I take the stealth off, it's the same. Ow. Yeah, see, these guys are scary if they're hitting me and my merc at the same time. They start doing some serious damage. I'll just guzzle that down, because hey, 85 cold res. These guys aren't going to be doing shit to me now. Well, unless they all decided it's just time to slap me instead of stabbing me with their stabby breath. But, you know, it is what it is. Middle of combat, and then all of a sudden my character decides it's time to run to this corpse to knock it down. Because it just happens to be kind of like having a big hitbox, you know? Hey, another evil urn. Here. I'll even bother with doing this. I'm gonna shout. Alright, let's go! Oh, it's scary. Scary one. But as long as we don't hang out on top of each other, it's not that bad.
I can't carry anymore.
Guess I'll head back. Anytime I see my throwing weapons get to around 40, it's like I might as well head back.
Stay a while and listen.
Whoops. Nah. Berserkers, huh? Didn't even think about that. That'll give him plus to his frenzy. Although since the frenzy isn't boosting the fire damage, it's not as big of a boost. And to be fair, it's not like this gives him a ton. Like, he can't be put into hit recovery. He's not casting. Dexterity doesn't matter. Like, this is actually pretty much nothing for him. This is just extra poison res. So, like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, why not?
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
It boosts his life, too. Oh, because he already has the Berserkers! Dude, actually, I'm a genius. I gave him a bunch of attack rating. And life. And that boosts his frenzy to 3. Gives him defense because Iron Skin goes up, taunt gets a little better. Alright. Taunt goes from 7 to 8. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Who needs stealth? kind of hype actually. I totally forgot about that. It's always nice when you actually start working on sets, especially by total accident. Like, it just happened that I did that. I forget what the berserkers. Oh, it's probably an axe, isn't it? So unfortunately, since he can't use axes because of this game, not really useful. Whoop. Still, that makes him really tanky now. Like, how much life does he have? With the battle orders, right, he's at like 700. Like, that's a lot for normal. Especially with his wicked life regen. There's the way to the frozen tundra. Do we have the waypoint here? I don't think so. I'm not gonna bother going for it though. I don't care. Let's stab these dudes. Stabby stabby. Pick up a healing potion. And let's head out to the frozen tundra. Oh, hey! Well, who needs the waypoint when the frozen tundra's waypoint is right there? Might as well just get my repair then.
Your service.
Quickly check our swords again, because hey, you never know. Find a good sword for him, it's like I might as well replace it, because the frenzy gets a lot more value out of physical damage than the elemental.
Hello.
Good sell. Alrighty. Now, since we don't really need anything here, I'm just gonna kind of run. Ooh, champions though. We need more like those. Well, I mean, I don't really need this side for the axe. I'm kind of getting back to my old habit of just picking up any magic items I see, but like I don't need those, so like, who cares? Run! I'm kind of sticking through some comment because the Barb Merc's keeping his frenzy up, so like, I might as well. What level is he right now? He's the same level as me. Well, since somebody dropped a potion, I guess I'll stick here to clean up and pick it up. Ow! Yeah, those big guys hurt a lot more than you'd expect them to. I mean, I guess for Diablo standards anyways, I don't know. For some reason, they've always struck me as like, oh yeah, they're not that threatening, but they actually hit pretty hard with their physical attack. Especially as someone who doesn't have a shield. So I'm taking that hit if I'm not getting out of the way. Unless I get lucky. What's their chance to hit me, actually? Why won't I don't know, because there's always so many rascals spamming fireballs that you never get to see. Decent money there. Alright. Starting off strong. More harpies and slashers. Oh, see, these are actually succubus. Ow. See, that's where one of the fundamental differences between leap and teleport comes into play. Where I'm stuck at a dead end and I have to walk all the way around. Because you can't jump over walls, unfortunately. You can jump over gaps and like weird, like occasional spots where the walls are kind of low. Basically, you can jump over things that a projectile can go through. Ooh man, the Moonlords is still hard to hit. Da-da! Ow! Man, hit hard here. I really like that you can see their breath when they're just like trudging along in the dark. Kind of a cool effect. Scourges are kind of another one of those like enemies that's like they aren't like that interesting, but they do have some cool things with them, like the fact that they're one of the few enemies that they always shatter when they die. So characters that rely on corpses like the Necromancer kind of hate seeing them because you can't get corpses from them. And obviously also that chill thing I talked about, but that technically doesn't actually mean anything. Because like if they wanted to have them be like cold, resistant to cold, but also still have the effect, what they could have done is just made them have cold absorb. Right? Give them a ton of cold absorb, and that'll like make them immune. That'll make them heal from it, and also let them still get affected by chill. Because cold absorb will heal you from cold, but it won't like prevent the chill. Unless you're actually like straight up immune. I'm gonna go back because I'm running a little low.
Good evening.
And it's an opportunity to quickly just heal up. Whatever. Good evening. Mechanics. Frost sword. Nothing cool. This basically would have been what I would have replaced my other gauntlets with if I'd seen them earlier, because it was basically the same thing, just for cold. Or was it poison? I don't remember. The Ancient's Way. I guess I'll be using my life tap on for the Ancients too. That'll probably be a good call. Ooh, a jewel. Oh, I found the waypoint. You know what? Since we found the waypoint, like, instantly. Let's go check what this,
The morning comes.
waypoint is. That's that's one of my favorite quotes from her. The morning comes. Now, let's just gossip.
Be cautious, warrior. Though I am an experienced healer, resurrection is beyond my powers.
Yeah, it sure is, especially in hardcore.
Can I help you?
Larsak has some great gossip dialogue. Like, Because he has a lot of dialogue that's like, kind of like,
Every day, one of my friends
oh,
dies
well
fighting
that's
my
less
fight
funny
against
that he's talking about his buddies dying.
and will hear unscathed. If only we didn't need weapons so badly, I could be out doing my share of the fighting. Good luck to you, warrior. What's there to talk about? Kill Neelathok.
Yeah. Oh yeah, waypoint. Remember that waypoint you got? Since this act doesn't really restrict you from going anywhere, you can actually this act actually can go by pretty quick if you're just running to the end. So the other thing, of course, that all falls apart when you realize that the ancients are insanely hard. If you're like, especially if you're low level. Okay, get over here, Barb Merc, because we're gonna kill this guy. Do that. And what shout? There's shout. We're gonna shout. Oh god, yeah. So I gotta be careful. Tank it. Look at him tank that shit, dude. Such a big advantage, like I've mentioned before, but since they don't have hit recovery, there's nothing to like they never have to worry about like, ow, I got hit for a bunch and, you know, I'm getting stunned and can't attack, and therefore can't leech. That doesn't happen with them because they never get put into hit recovery. So they can just always be leeching. So if you give them a good leech weapon, they're basically just invincible. Unless they just get like straight up like just destroyed by something. Okay, get over here, buddy. Alright. That's level 30, so I'm going to put into natural resistance. And we'll put some more in the vitality, because I'm still scared of getting wrecked. I am hardcore, so... Boom! There we go. Look at that, that helps a ton. Now I got 75 fire. My lightning and poison are still pretty good, so... I'm less concerned about resistances now. In some senses, the mark, I think I've mentioned this, I'm kind of a repeating record with a lot of stuff, but it is definitely true, though, that, like, the Barb is kind of a boring character, but he does have some nice passives. Like, you can't deny that natural resistance is a wicked good passive to just have. Resistance is one of, like, the most important things in the game. So one of the characters just having a way to just automatically get more resistances is pretty good. The only other character that really has that is the Paladin, kind of. Not directly, but he just has like the auras that help him out with that. Like you have just your generic salvation just in case. So the defensive auras are weird for the Paladin because like in practice you're probably like you're never really going to use them for the most part, but you will unless you're playing in what the devs actually, you know, kind of balance the game around, which is, you know, big groups. You know, if you're playing with, you know, 7 other people, and having a paladin who just gives everyone a ton of resistances is, you know, greatly appreciated. Especially if you like the specialized resist fire, lightning, cold ones generally are especially not useful, but the lightning one at least can be useful because like having a merc or having a paladin that has, you know, resist lightning on everyone to like that bumps up your max resistances too, while, you know, you're running through an area with souls is like hell yeah, you know. That goes a long way. These guys just soaked up so much from me. And that's the icy cellar. So the... Oh! Summit should be probably be down to the left here. Okay, we're just gonna ignore you guys for now. Let's get over here. Get over here, Merc. Oh god. Oh no, they're coming! Slowly! They're hobbling their way over here. This is the scary thing about trying to run past monsters, is that you run into another group that kind of stops you. If you get... The problem with running past monsters is that as soon as you get stopped by something, it becomes all the worse. When you got like 20 other groups of monsters slowly hobbling their way over to you. There we go, this summit.
The guardians of Mount Arya shall wait.
Hello.
Should be good. I think I'll buy a couple extra life potions just to dump on the ground, just in case. It doesn't hurt. They're cheap. Who cares, right?
Yes.
Afternoon.
Because I'm just thinking, like, I'm probably going to be mailing them a lot, because I don't want to run out of javelins while fighting them. Because if I'm out of javelins, it's like there's not really much I can do. And javelins do kind of run out pretty quickly, so I'll just dump them over here by the entrance.
Impossible.
Like how there's just a skeleton there, like geez. Is that a joke about the fact that they've killed a shit ton of people? Because it's not there in the old. It's just snow. But I think I've shown this before too, but I love the way it looks here. The way you can kind of see a bunch of battlegrounds down below. Like that's basically what we've been running through. Like that's a cool shot. And honestly, I think it's funny because the snow effect is much more pronounced in classic graphics. I think it actually looks better in the classic graphics. Like there's a much stronger contrast. Anyways, get over here, buddy. I'm gonna shout you. We're gonna go. I'm gonna life tap someone. Oops. I'm gonna life tap you. Oh, there. Boom, stabby, stabby. Like, I can pretty much just do this, because as long as life tap's on, we pretty much get our health back. Although honestly, the Barb is just a great tank in general. Like, look how good he's tanking. Because the normal difficulty, the Ancients don't really, like, they do good damage, but generally it's like, the big thing is they're just tanky as shit. Like, look how long it takes just to kill one of them. Thank God they can't heal. This is how it always goes. War Wonder generally dies first, then you get Talek, and then frickin' Modwick over there just hangs out in the back and lives forever because he's just throwing axes. I'm gonna life tap you. There you go, life tap you. Hit you in the corner so you can't get away from us. Now stabby stabby. Okay, I think we've got him stuck now. Yeah, get him! Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I got those potions now because I can just pick them up. Let's get to 100 vitality. Boom. And, should I put another point in natural resistances? That does bump it up to like 9%. That would go pretty far. But I don't think lightning and poison are a big deal for Bale. So I think I'll hold off on that. This is something too. Since I'm using only spears now, spears and javelins, I think Spear Mastery falls under that for spears, so I might as well pop a point to that. Because that helps with the attack rating for that. Yeah. That helps with just smacking stuff now. Because I still do that a lot, right? Where am I life tapped? Honestly, I got plenty. Alright, let's go. Hopefully we get lucky. We don't spend too much time down here. Stabby, stabby. That's how it always goes. Oh, yeah, because here's the thing. The Worldstone Keep can be pretty nasty because there's a lot of big groups in here. Especially when you got freaking Defilers hanging out and just spawning more monsters when you get a kill. Alright, back the way we came. Yeah, and the Succubus, the Vile Witches, they're actually pretty nasty. Their ranged attack, I think, is physical. It actually does a lot of damage in this area. So let's start doing lots. And unfortunately, this area is big enough that it's a little annoying to get around. Like, I'm not gonna go down there because I think that's always just like, no, this piece has a path to the northeast here, and I think the south is always just a dead end. I'm walking down there anyways just to prove my point. There's the way to the next floor. I got a free portal shrine now. You know what? Let's kill these guys and we'll actually go back. Just a javelin up and hear them be like, best in the ancients in battle. The ancients have honored you, and in turn, so do we. I have no remaining doubts about you now. So many undead swords. I swear there's one for demons, but I'm not seeing any of them. Ooh, a light plate. It's pretty rare to see these, but these are one of the best armors in the game, right? Like the Archon plate and the Mage plate are ridiculous. Like the Mage plate offers so much defense for something that's only freaking like 55 strength. Which one? Alright, that one. Alright, we're just gonna run by all y'all. Oh, they almost blocked it perfectly. Of course, there was just a bunch of them hanging out on the bridge. Alright, I'll let the Merc take that. Oh, no, they just blew up by default. Greater Hellspawn. Alright, TP. Oh, waypoint. There we go. Alright, I'll just take care of one or two at a time and he can just handle everything else. Really, the only thing with the Barb is his dexterity is kind of low. So his dexterity is being low means that he kind of has a crappy chance to hit. Frenzy helps with that because it gives you a big attack rating boost, but that's why it's nice that the warrior's sword has attack rating on it, because that helps him out. Alright, back the way we came. It would be nice to get a level up before Baal. Well, I think we probably will. Because you have to do the 5 boss groups. Oh god. Leister the Tormentor. That's gonna be scary. It's another one of those groups. Although you can kind of cheese that one by just luring them away, but still. It's probably like that might actually be legitimately the scariest boss pack in the game that isn't like the Ancients. Just because they'll just like smite you to oblivion. Like they will teach you the definition of stun-locked. Of course, the Barb Merc doesn't care about that, so that's another advantage for him. He's like he's the only Merc that doesn't get screwed by the stupid jerk-off. Ow! Minions of destruction. I'm gonna quickly do this so I can get a little health back. Boom. And life tap is so good. I don't know, I just got another potion so it doesn't really matter, but you know. It is what it is, c'est la vie. You know, the funny, I just thought of this just now, it's a funny detail, is that all the Hellspawn Slayer dudes, they have shields, but they actually can't block. They're like the only monster, I think, that has shields, like a shield graphic that isn't, like, allowed to block. They just, like, either they forgot to let that be a thing, or they just decided not to. Of course, the exit to level 3 was 2 feet away from the entrance, but I just went the wrong way. Classic. So my Merc's life at? Almost 800. I got sprites, huh? I kind of like that there's sprites down there in this level, because they're pretty easy to do. They're pretty sprites tend to be like, or you know what I mean, like all the imps. They're fairly defensive, so it's pretty easy to just kind of hang around and just like. The Defilers too. The Defilers are... Oh, but... Death Lords. They're gonna teach me not to do that. One of the scarier like, another one of those, like, really scary monsters. Like, Death Lords are one of the very few, like, monsters that's just a physical attacker that is actually really scary. I think Death Lords in particular that we're seeing here are physically immune in hell. And since they have Frenzy, the melee attackers basically, like, can't deal with them. It's actually kind of ridiculous how hard they'll just, like, stop you. If you don't have, like, Amplify or something. Or some way around the physical. Alright, just pick that up. Yeah. The groups of Defilers are kind of funny because they can't actually pregnate each other. So groups of them will just kind of do nothing. As long as there's no other monsters nearby. Yeah, why not? Ooh, a ring. Imagine the last second finding a decent ring. And an amulet, wow. Oh, I might as well kill them. Another ring, wow. Game is spoiling me. They're all gonna suck, but hey, at least I got them. It's giving me hope. And I got a greater healing, so I'll guzzle that down. Alright, well, we just did a big loop around here, of course. There's just lightning trying to round out my resistances, I guess. Oh, yeah, there's the 4-3. Let's just run by y'all. Screw you guys, I'm going to level 3. It's actually level 4. But, you know. Let him stab him, and... Alright. We're at the boss. Quickly check if there's anything decent I can get. Teeth charges. I find it so weird how, like, charges were such a big deal in Diablo 1, but Diablo 2, like, charges are, like, pretty much the only charges that are worth anything are, like, the curses. All the other charges are basically, like, completely worthless.
Evening.
Faster cast rate, useless. Damage reduced by 1, nah. That's a lot of mana, actually. I would lose the rest of my replenished life. Do I need this? I do, and that the last couple of points make a big deal, so I don't really need mana. But like, given that this ring is just cold res and mana anyway, but this also gives me attack rating, so close, but no cigar. Stick with what I got. It's pretty tempting though. If only mercs could use anything like that. But mercs are good enough as it is. So many mods will let mercs wield all kinds of stuff, and it's like... But it's usually balanced around it, to be fair. Like, it's not like they make the game... Don't make the game more difficult, usually. Median XL has always been my go-to for, like, mods. Like, I feel like that's just... Median XL has always been, like, the Diablo mod. That, like, it actually does a lot of cool stuff. Without going completely overboard and making the game too easy or too hard. And there's a lot of cool skills in Median. I think that's the big thing for me. And cool monsters. Even if it's just, you know, going on top of what we already have. Okay, he's gonna die because of course, see what I mean? Just giant group of harpies amplifying him and spamming him with his stupid projectile, which does physical damage, by the way. It's not magic, right? Sometimes people will say it's magic damage, but you can block it, so... I think it actually might be, like, half? I forget what it is now. And I think it might even depend on whether it's a harpy or a succubus, but... You can block it, that's all I know for 100%. Get all this crap out of here. There we go. Get him. Alright, let's actually back off, because the second group's pretty big. Comes with a bunch of unravelers and skeletons. Cold ones, too, just to be real cheeky about it. Death mages. I was doing that thing again where I was like moonwalking. I don't know why it does that. Oh yeah, and this guy has, this is the poison aura guy, so my Bard can't or he can't stop moonwalking. God, it's annoying.
Hello.
I swear that's not a glitch in the original. I swear that's like new. That's a lot of attack rating. I lose a decent amount of mana, but like I almost double my. That's a huge boost actually. Like how much does that actually help though? Is the thing. Chance to hit these guys is like 74, 75. Only really bumps it up like 1%. That is a nice ring.
Afternoon.
There's the demon one. It's a little low though. If it was like 50%, I'd probably put it on him. Especially because at this point, I think pretty much everything we're gonna fight here is a demon. Okay, let's just head down here, because another scary group. These guys aren't actually that scary to me, but they will kill the shit out of the merc. Also, I'm glad that this classic... I don't know if this is a glitch or just some weird fucking thing, but like it's like they have their stupid super poison that it lasts an eternity and does a shit ton of damage for some reason, so I'm just gonna go back and get rid of it. Anyways, yeah, this is the thing I have to be careful about, because the Hydras do like no damage to me, but they will kill the hell out of the merc. Whoop. And like it's cheaper to do this than it is to resurrect him every time he dies. And it gives us a chance to get a breather too. Do this to get rid of this stupid decrepify. And hey, another scary group. It's almost like these are just scary monsters in general. I mean, I say it, but the... whatchamacallit? Bone... Oh, I thought that was like blood golem charges. I was like, wait, is that a thing? I actually would have bought those.
At your service.
Having a little extra minion around isn't terrible. As a character who can't get them, it would be nice. Makes me kind of wish it was a thing, actually. I mean, there's a Metal Grid, but Metal Grid's a whole other beast. It's also like a level like 80 amulets, so like that's not really a thing for me. Alright. What's with freaking unique Balrogs and they're being extra fast and just like running up to you and doing this? Luckily, since he's a tank, it's not that scary. Look at him tanking. So it's actually kind of like exciting to just watch him just tank the living hell out of them. They just can't touch him. But now we're dealing with the real shit. Frickin' minions of destruction here. Get over here, Barb Merc. Yeah. This is what we want. Want a couple of them at a time, if we can help it, because otherwise it's just like, ugh. The thing is that even though he doesn't get knocked back by them, they can still stun him, which, thinking about it, means basically diddly squat. Or rather, it means that the whole thing that he can't get knocked back means diddly squat, because he's just getting stunned by them anyways. But at least he can tank better. He doesn't get knocked back into me, right? At least only a couple of them are here, so I can just chuck. Oh my god, they do so much damage.
How may I be of help?
I might just lure them. Here, let's over here. Because you know what? You don't have to kill him. Oh my god, they're like all with us. Hey, Harpies. Stage and Furry. Ugh. You guys suck. How much damage I took from just these jerks? Alright, some of them are coming. I don't think these guys can heal at least, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. Thankfully, as long as there's not a ton of them surrounding him, you can kind of tank him for a while. Okay. Back off.
Good afternoon.
We gotta level up just before Bale like I wanted. Yeah, look at that. Their chance to hit super low. Let's bump that up a little at least. A point to this gives me like 8% damage and 10% attack rating. This gets me a little less attack rating and damage, but I get a higher chance to crit and pierce and shit. I think for now we'll put a point to double throw. Alright, we'll go back and heal. Because seriously, this is like the easiest way to deal with that, right? I can't tell if they're healing really fast if I just keep accidentally hitting the wrong ones. Well, this one's almost dead, so... Of course, it takes forever for me to hit them. Okay, we're heading back.
Hello.
But given that it costs like 10k to resurrect a merc, I prefer this over anything else. Like, really. Alright, now there's just him making stabby stabby. This isn't Leicester, though. Unfortunately. But we just killed a bunch of them, which is nice. Really, it actually, like, really is nice. There we go. We can have a spot for a healing potion now. Alright. There's Leicester. In all his glory. It's Mr. Scariest, one of the scariest monsters in the game. At least when he's in a group. By himself, he's whatever. You can get his minions away from him. These guys are also worth a ton of experience, though. Like, if you're in like the right level range, this boss group basically levels you up just completely. From like 0 to full. I'll just give you a full level. Like, watch how much the bar fills when I kill Leicester. Eventually. Just filled like half a bar by himself. And that's like, could be even better than that. Right, because I'm low levels. I'm not getting the full out of that. Alright, one last heal. I keep checking these because if I get like another lifetime, like I can dual wield wands, so I could have like an amp and a life tap wand or something.
Afternoon.
If I need to alternate. Alright, here we are, the big kahuna. Bale himself. Alright, here we go. Now, since I have the max fire and cold res, I'm not in bad shape, honestly. I got a lot of life. Oh wow, he went straight to fucking summoning 2 of them. That is obnoxious, actually. You know what? Here's the thing with this. If you go far enough away and just kind of like idle away from him, the clone will actually disappear. And since the clone, you know, does damage and shit, you basically just summon another monster, right? So I'm gonna do this, because I think this is legitimately like a good strategy. Because having to deal with 2 bales is a pain in the ass. Just think like, if there's is there anything that's like worth picking up? I don't know. Alright. Alright, get over here, Merc. What's our chance even hitting? Like 50%, man. Like, Bale's so annoying. Like, it really sucks to be a physical attacker if you don't have Crushing Blow for Bale. Crushing Blow helps a shit ton. Like, it's so good, but if you don't have it, it's like, man. Like, what are you supposed to do, man? It has so much health. Oh, my freaking stupid javelins is going straight through him. Hey, if I died him, you know, playthrough's over either way, so. Of course, Bale's just attrition more than anything, because since, you know, you can just TP up whenever you want, right? Oh, got another like almost half. Honestly, it's going pretty good. See, this is what I mean though. Like, Bale is, he does a lot of damage if he hits you, but like otherwise, like compared to Diablo, like he doesn't have the Lightning Inferno. He doesn't have the freaking like he's just not as good. He can't like lock you down with Bone Prison. Like basically, while Diablo is super offensive, Bale is super defensive. Because most of Bale's stuff is that just like ways to reduce your damage to him. Along with the fact that he just has a shit ton of health, right? Ah! Like the fact that he can't even kill my Merc. I mean, I have Life Tap to help him out, but still. It's also because, like, if you're just walking up to him and punching him, right, Bale doesn't, like, do a lot of stuff, right? He'll mostly focus on just stabbing you. Which, his stab hurts, but at least he's not, spawning minions and cloning himself. Which is the real annoying shit. Ah. That sucks. I'm like just out of range. Oh, well, you know, good time as any to go back then. There's a trick, like obviously like one of their names is like offset differently than the other. And that's the real one or whatever. It's the fake one is got a different name. Which is like a weird way to figure it out, but you know, that is what it is. I wonder if that's on purpose or not. Who knows? Ooh, that costs a lot of money to fix. Which here sells for the most? I guess stealth? Something getting smacked a lot, I guess that would make sense. Well, let's see Merc. I think it's worth it. He tanks so well. Like, he basically died because Bale just hit him a bunch in a row. And it's not even that expensive. 7,200? Chump change. I'll pick up a random piece of body armor and get that back. It's probably my fault too, because I probably let the battle orders go away. Well, if I keep that up, it probably doesn't even have to be an issue. Stab him! He's almost there. Look how close. It doesn't help that because Bale's name is short, his bar is super small. Which makes it feel especially like he has a lot of health because it just takes forever for the bar to move. It's like a weird thing, but that's just kind of how it is. Yeah!
Prime evils are no more.
I think this looks better in Classic, because in Classic it's like, you see like his spirit like coming out of him, whereas in Remastered it doesn't really show much of anything. You just kind of, you can kind of see it in, I guess, better detail, but eh. Either way, yeah, pretty untriumphant, I guess, because it's just like Bale is just like not that scary. That's just how it. I keep saying that it's just how it is. He ain't that scary. The ancients themselves will envy our songs about you.
Themselves will envy our songs about you.
Hell yeah. The General's Tandol Igai Flail. Not the best flail, but it does have 50% slow, so it can be a good thing to just have on swap, honestly. Sparkling Mail is okay if you have nothing else. The lightning resistant, you know, extra damage ain't bad, but eh. And yeah, so yeah, kind of just like that's it. But I mean, yeah, that's the end of the playthrough. Restock on potions while they're cheaper. Do all that. Greetings. Alright. Congratulations, raw meat will be henceforth be known as Destroyer Raw Meat. So yeah, see you guys later.